Dr. Samantha Rivera jogged up her front steps on a warm July afternoon, humming along to her favorite playlist. For weeks, she'd imagined the laughter of friends splashing in her backyard pool, the sizzle of burgers on the grill, and the soft glow of string lights illuminating her deck. But then she checked her mailbox and found an envelope stamped with the Oakmont Community Association logo. Inside was a terse letter. Notice of cancellation resident S. Rivera, Lot 45 violation. Exceeding permitted noise levels for private gatherings action. All pool events banned until further review. Her heart sank. 2 days before her meticulously planned pool party, complete with hired caterers and custom floaties, the HOA had cancelled it without a single warning or hearing. Samantha flicked through her planner. Reserved patio heaters, ordered party favors, scheduled lifeguards. All gone in an instant. She sank onto her sunbed, the cool vinyl a small comfort against the injustice burning inside her. The hum of cicadas suddenly sounded like mockery. Oakmont was marketed as a sanctuary, leafy streets, well-maintained lawns, and a community pool with a guarded cabana. Residents boasted of quiet evenings and family-friendly policies. Samantha paid a premium to be part of this idyllic world, and she diligently obeyed the rules. No speakers after 10 p.m., no more than 30 guests, no amplified sound. Yet the HOA's heavy-handed decree felt like a betrayal. She scrolled through the private Oakmont Facebook group, where neighbors split into factions. Josh from 2 doors down posted, "I'm glad they cracked down. My baby naps at 8, while Heather replied, "They're ruining community spirit." Samantha's parties are legendary. A poll showed 60% support Samantha's right to host, but the board's letter overshadowed popular opinion. That evening, Samantha replayed the letter in her mind. No written warnings, no fines, no invitation to discuss. She refused to accept a cancellation without due process. Determined, Samantha brewed herbal tea and settled into her home office. She retrieved the HOA's covenants, conditions and restrictions, CC&Rs, from her file drawer and logged into the PDF. Her cursor hovered over Article 6.2, which stated, "Private events. Homeowners may host up to 4 private events per year at their own residences, subject to noise and guest limits." She scrolled to Article 6.5, Enforcement Procedures. Written warning, right pointing arrow fine, up to $50. Right pointing arrow hearing, right pointing arrow cancellation as a last resort. Her eyes widened. The HOA had skipped straight to cancellation, bypassing written warnings and fines. Using her voice recorder, she tapped out detailed notes. No prior warnings received. No fines issued. No hearing before cancellation. Armed with bylaws, Samantha drafted a demand for hearing. 2. Oakmont Community Association Board from Dr. Samantha Rivera. Reinstatement of July 15 pool party under Article 6.5. Please issue 2 written warnings and convene a hearing regarding noise complaints. Canceling the event without following procedure violates the CC&Rs. I request a hearing no later than July 10. She emailed the board and posted a summarized version on the Oakmont Facebook group. Neighbors reacted with supportive comments and calls to stand with her. A week later, Samantha received an email. Hearing scheduled for July 10. All pool events remain canceled until conclusion. It stung. Strict procedure left her with only 1 week to salvage any gathering. The day before, she met with her attorney friend Mara. Over iced lemonade, Mara analyzed the bylaws. "They're legally bound to follow these steps," she said. "If they don't, you can seek injunctive relief. But first, show up prepared." July 10, 5 p.m. Samantha stepped into the HOA clubhouse. 12 board members sat in a semicircle, their attorney perched at the end. The stenographer's machine clicked softly. Samantha, dressed in a navy blazer and jeans, set her laptop on the podium. Slides illustrated a timeline of events, decibel charts below 65 decibels after 8 p.m., and emails confirming no warnings received. Board President Helen Carver adjusted her glasses. "We received complaints from 3 households," she declared. Samantha peered at the board. "Where are the written complaints?" she asked. "I've received none. Article 6.5 requires documented warnings before escalated action," Helen whispered to the attorney. The room tension mounted. After a 30-minute private caucus, the board returned. Helen cleared her throat. "We acknowledge procedural errors. Your party is reinstated on the condition you monitor noise levels." A ripple of relief washed over Samantha. She exhaled, but her gratitude was tinged with wariness. With 5 days to go, Samantha worked non-stop. She resent invitations, confirmed the taco catering truck, hired a freelance sound technician to operate a decibel meter display, and arranged for 2 lifeguards. On July 15, her backyard transformed into a summer oasis. An inflatable arch spelled, "Rivera's Splash Bash," tropical lanterns hung from branches, and a self-serve, build-your-own, taco station beckoned. Guests arrived in Hawaiian shirts and flip-flops, bringing salads and desserts. The afternoon flowed seamlessly, kids floated in the pool, adults nibbled fish tacos, and the meter hovered peacefully in the green zone. At 9:50 p.m., Samantha announced a 5-minute wind down. She dimmed the lights, turned off the speakers, and directed guests to a mellow playlist on her phone. Then, cannonball. At exactly 9:55 p.m., her neighbor's nephew leapt from the diving board into a perfect arc. A momentary spike on the meter, 66 decibels. Samantha winced. She blew her whistle. "One last round," she exclaimed, and the crowd cheered. By 10:05 p.m., the last guest drifted home. Moments later, Samantha collapsed onto a lounge chair. Perfect execution, mostly. At dawn, her mailbox held another letter. Notice of second hearing resident, S. Rivera, Lot 45 violation. Exceeding noise hours. 9:55 p.m. Cannonball, action. Suspension of pool party privileges until November 1st. Her blood boiled. They canceled her season on a single cannonball. No warning, no fine, just automatic suspension. She poured coffee and reread Article 6.5. No hem and haw, she muttered. They're ignoring their own rules again. She dialed Mara, who sighed. Document it all, but you need a workaround, fast. That morning, out of frustration and defiance, Samantha scoured the city's recreation website. Cascade Cove Water Park offered private rentals from 8 p.m. to midnight for groups up to 200. She booked the entire facility for July 30th, officially a private special event. Cost: $2,200. She posted a second invitation. Pool Party 2.0, Cascade Cove Private Night. July 30th, 8 p.m. midnight. Shuttle service provided. Neighbors flocked to RSVP. Even those who'd complained joined in, a sign that Samantha had tapped into a universal desire for summer fun. Over the next week, she organized logistics. Shuttle buses every 20 minutes from her driveway, a taco truck parked by the private gate, LED wristbands for entry, and wrist-stamped VIP badges. She secured the city lifeguard team to remain on duty, and hired security to manage crowd flow. As dusk approached on July 30th, the Cascade Cove lights flickered on. Samantha greeted guests at the gate, families in swimwear, teens clutching waterproof speakers, seniors with water wings. She handed out wristbands and bracelets, beaming. The first whistle blew at 8 p.m. sharp, and the wave pool roared. Slides shimmered under floodlights. A conga line formed in the lazy river. The taco truck's sizzling filled the air, and the sound system, kept at a moderate level, pumped tropical tunes. Samantha floated in a tube, grinning ear to ear. Later, she spoke into the mic. To freedom, fun, and a splash that no walk can cancel. Cheers echoed. At 11:59 p.m., she called last rides. Guests poured out, hopping onto waiting shuttles. By midnight, the park gates closed, leaving only trace wet footprints. Next morning, Oakmont's Facebook group exploded. The WA convened an emergency meeting. President Carver posted an apology pivot. We recognize summer fun is important. We propose 2 WA-sponsored community splash nights each summer, hosted at the clubhouse pool, under new guidelines. Samantha negotiated the details. 2 Friday nights, up to 100 guests per event, measured sound levels, shuttle coordination. The board agreed unanimously and rescinded her suspension. They even credited her water park rental cost to the HOA's recreation fund. By August, the inaugural community splash night drew 90 participants. The board saw reduced complaints, while Sam's Cascade Cove Rebellion became local lore. Later that fall, Samantha walked past her backyard pool, unused but serene under autumn leaves. She reflected on lessons learned. Know your documents. Second-guess covenants and procedures. Demand fair process. Enforce HOA's own rules before capitulating. Think laterally. When one venue fails, find another. Build coalitions. Engage neighbors. Shared support drives change. Oakmont's future summers now include HOA-hosted swim nights, safe, regulated, and community building. And every year, Samantha rents Cascade Cove for one legendary private evening. A testament that sometimes you must look beyond your backyard and into the city's brightest pool to reclaim your summer.